Hello, 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 and welcome to Psi Divine. Hope all is well. Okay. All right. Welcome to Psi Divine. If this is your first time to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Join in so you can be a part of future readings. Sometimes my readings can be just for one, but when I'm feeling like the message is there and I'm drawn to it, that's when I hop on live. And there can be some free live readings afterward if, well, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on how the message goes. So let's get started. Whatever message is here for whoever needs it. And this is for the collective, meaning those who are subscribed to the channel now. Hey, 5. How are you? Okay. All right, let's see what's here. So my first messaging coming through is the feeling of someone feeling cornered. Something must be returned, or someone must return to something. Could be explaining oneself. Someone could be waiting for more logical reasoning, waiting for a sign or some type of signal to start explaining or start their return. Yeah, somebody's got to go back. Got to go back and dead some dialogues there. Can be somebody who doesn't want to go back because of repercussions. Somebody who maybe just doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to explain themselves or why they did what they did. At the bottom of the deck, I saw the Empress, so this can be someone making a selfish, personal decision. It is choice. It's choice. It's choosing what you're going to do next, or how to deal with something. This can be ego, fear of others knowing. Ultimately, though, there is higher knowledge here because you know what's next. It feels like someone's guards or their drive, their motivations, that stuff has to be let down. Feels like someone having to explain why they did something. Could have been to care for the self. It's like someone stealing a bag of chips, not because they're a thief, but maybe because they're hungry. Though there is, okay, clarify. For somebody, this is something that's been done more than once. This is something that, okay, see a little bit of repetition to this behavior. So it's someone who maybe stole the bag of chips more than once. So it kind of looks like maybe malicious behavior, intentional behavior, at least to the others, it looks that way. Someone may be given an opportunity to correct this issue. The word I get is replenish. Repay. Justify comes through. Judgment. So somebody has to kind of roll with the punches, take the good with the bad. Deal with it. Judgment call has to be made on what to do next. Someone's delaying this decision, though. Okay, I don't know whose data this is for. Somebody has an opportunity to come clean, come forward, separate themselves from the crowd, I guess, but come clean, make an offer. Explain oneself. I don't want to use the word theft, but that's here. That's here. What will be the outcome? Okay, the outcome is the Fool, Process. Intelligence gained. So there'll be a process of some sort. There is some type of gain. Wow. Okay. So the word I get is snitch. And it falls over the fool. The group falls over the fool, rather. So it feels like, ooh, like wanting to do better, clarifying that. Might be clarifying who's behind certain events and actions. Explaining processes and how things happen, the amount of time certain things have been going on, or certain thoughts. What I also hear right now is how long a company may have been unprotected. Oh. All right. So someone kind of is, well, gonna have to just maybe have to be prepared to return, explain, and then leave. Could be resignation, could be stepping away. If this is some kind of relationship, it could be clarifying and then stepping away for better health so that both people can achieve balance of emotions. Could be, yeah. Second story, somebody may have to explain why they walked away. Okay. Somebody could, would be helpful, would be advantageous is the word. Somebody, this is not a part of this original story, but hold on. Somebody had some secrets in a relationship. And it's like not explaining or being clear with someone caused another person to separate. It's going to be sexual secrets. Secrets that would affect the other person's decisions. Secrets that would make someone emotional. Okay. So, feels like someone's decision to be lazy, not giving, hello, not as giving as they could be in relationships. There is one particular relationship that deserves a return. Return of innocence. Is that enigma? Oh, now I hear like Gregorian music. No words, just the singing organ type thing. Now I hear Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Ooh, somebody has an opportunity to clear some data. This may be, why? Okay. Somebody's not going to know happy relationships until they learn how to be clear, be fair. There just won't be happiness. And this feels like someone who may already have a family or desire happy endings somewhere in life. You ain't going to get it. The hidden attachments, like the consistency in putting people in situations where they have to quit. It's like going jogging in the park with a friend, and it's all good. Things look good at first, but because you're not honest, it turns into running next to someone who keeps hitting you in the leg with a bat. Eventually, you have to stop running because you're injured, and that's not a good thing to do. So the opposite person, seeks better health, better instances of life. Oh, gosh. Somebody doesn't want to go through that shit, so they pull away. It's like the next image I see. The next image I see is the guy who mistreats, or the woman who mistreats, so that others will break up with them in relations when they're not comfortable. They may misbehave so that the opposite person becomes unattracted, or they feel like it's not going anywhere, but if it is going somewhere, it's headed towards an iceberg. There's no clarity. It's offering, it's like leaving too many things undone will continue the cycle of such, and the karmic debt will not be realized until the bad person here acquires exactly what they want in life. It'll be like the gift will be within reach. And as soon as you reach out for it, the flood of karma passed out to others returns. And it makes love very difficult. Even more so because it'll be the love that this person wants, but because of all the word I get is histrionic. I know that doesn't apply, but the past damage, maybe histrionic doesn't apply. The histrionic behavior, perhaps that makes relationships that are desired and wanted, when the ultimate is reached, when the one appears, and you're like, that's the one for life, it is catastrophic and ends exactly the same, even if children are brought into the relationship. Yeah, boy. Somebody has an opportunity. Let's clarify that second one. What type of person are you truly at this time? Also, how do others deal with you, see you, at this time. Love interests, personal interests, friendships, not family. Friendships, relationships, the others. Okay. Wow. Right out the deck. Love. So this comes out as a choice of awareness, actions towards the others, and then lumping them all in together. And that being the model of behavior, the umbrella thought towards others. Not everybody, but just could be love interest, could be people you date, could be people who are interested in you. You are people's, someone's test. And by someone, I mean more than one person. This could be the attractive person who has so many options that they don't have to choose. So, this is weird. Through whatever you dish out, other people get broken. Not everybody. I don't want to lump it under an umbrella too. But people do experience that downslope, the higher self. The mind, what they think of themselves, it changes. Good God, who's this? Some find you balanced and very secure. Shit together, looks good, logical. You look sober. You look dedicated to whatever it is you do. You may be physically active in life. You seem driven, motivated. You seem safe. You seem responsible. Disciplined comes back again. But unawarely, you are dating those who think like you. You take interest, should I say, in those that are kind of mirroring you. Energy output. So what I just heard was like, whoever this is for, you're like a fan of energy. Not a ceiling fan, but more like the floor fan that just pushes out all that air, or the fan that they have at every school, one on big stick, big round fan. And it's always got this constant flow. And that is your energy output. Now I hear opera, me, 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 me. Okay, and because you have this constant output, it probably goes missed that you get to skip a lot of return energy. You skip a lot of karma. This is just my personal belief, and that's what my brain is drawing to. I believe some people who have such high output of one certain type of energy, they seemingly skip a lot of karma return. Seemingly. Big emphasis on seemingly. But with that constant flow out, it's easy to miss a lot of what's going on around because you don't give a fuck. But when the fan runs out of energy, or when the fan alters its speed for something like a desired return of air, a desired return of energy, when that is desired, when the fan now says, wait a minute, I'm tired, I want something in return, that's what I want. I want that matching fan over there. I want that one to flow back to me. When you do that, that's when your test shows up. That's when you attract the one who will match the energy flow. But if oftentimes they haven't worked through theirs, or you exacerbate whatever old energy flow they already had. Over time, resentment builds, energy output grows stronger on that opposite fan. And then your energy outflow kind of gets diminished, right? And when the energy flow gets diminished, we end up with things like broken relationships, um, the ex who damages things on the way out. I'm just telling you what I see in my head. You end up with the divorce where your partner tries to demolish your soul. Because those two fans, they had their test and somebody came in a little bit stronger because the first fan weakened to accept that new airflow. Just my image. How I like to keep it very non-gooey on everyone's sticky fucking emotions. Let's keep going. How do they see it? Ooh, hot. Hot and cold. But you choose to be on display in a way that isn't quite truthful. In the hot and cold, someone looks good, behaves badly. This is the two-faced lover, two-faced friend, two-faced partner. You are seen like that at the end of relations, or when people start recognizing the end. People realize that you might be closed off. What looks legible is the word I got. Wow, hold up. Needed a drink on that one. What looks legible becomes confusing, becomes absent of logic, understanding. Damn. It's like walking down, now I see walking down a hallway that turns into a maze. You think you see the end of the hallway, so the direction feels fairly comfortable, predictable. I expect if I keep moving this way, I will reach the end of the hallway, the door. Except that when you get to the end of the hallway, you look, oh shit, it's a maze. A very large maze where you can't even see the other side or the actual exit. Someone dates or interacts in friendships with an unreal or a not a very honest picture of themselves. That is ego. But once you feel like other people see too much of you or ask too many questions, you may not like it. You may block. You may push away from people. You may allow other relationships to just disappear. You leave things very unclear. Right. At the bottom, it's ego over the self. And the ego isn't always truthful. So it's valuing the self over the others, over awareness of self, or it's assigning a price tag almost to the self. It comes across as very like entitled, egotistical, cold. Some people may feel worthless when things are done. Ooh. Okay, what angel guidance is here for who? Okay, for whoever needs it. I'm grabbing the wrong cards. What angel advice is here? Guides want you to stop certain behavior. I think that goes without saying. Stop being a walking contradiction. Guides want you to stop doubting connections or pushing back on them. There could be some element of the earthly self that you may be afraid to share with others. And that's silly sometimes. Some of you, some of you grew up with a parent who was a douche. Not a good parent that maybe treated everyone the same or something in the parent, and it feels like a motherly energy. Or at least that's the image coming through. Could be wrong. Someone who themselves got treated like everyone else, or the special part of themselves was never recognized, appreciated. Perhaps they felt that way. And so that's the type of parent they became. The parent who had trouble separating. Maybe they were just, maybe it's like the person who's grumpy to everybody. And then we get the karma block. Some of you had a parental type who was dealing with a lot of the output of their energy. They didn't know what to call it, so it could have been a parent, someone who said that the world was against them. Or that everyone, this is somebody who had a story about everyone doing something bad. So they blocked their own greatness. They blocked a lot of gifts to themselves. It's like their output was coming from a very small place inside of themselves. They felt small. Yeah. So some of you learned stability from someone who wasn't very stable. Your guides at this time would like you to seek comfort in yourself, freedom in yourself. I hear George Michael. Freedom. You got to give what you take. Okay, I hear the first part of the song. Heaven knows I was just a young boy. Didn't know what I wanted to be. I was every little hungry schoolgirl's pride and joy. And I guess it was enough for me. Ooh, okay, moving on from that data. Looks like the road to heaven feels like the road to hell. Harmony's here twice. So, harmony can be achieved with controlling oneself, perhaps not misleading yourself or others, realizing yourself at this time that whatever you're going through is so you can master yourself. Some of you have to master relations or thought processes you have towards feminine energies. You may be carrying parental damage. Not, and when I say maybe, I mean really. So you may have had a parent who didn't like themselves. And so liking you might have been, work. It might have, there was something about you that the parental unit was jealous of. Could have been your youth. Could have been the attention you got. Too much green. Too much green. Emotional balance is so big right here. So it's dealing with that inner struggle where you feel like the others or life overwhelms you. You may get overwhelmed into not taking actions, not truly expressing yourself. Now I hear Christina Aguilera, I'm a genie in a bottle. You gotta love me the right way. I agree with that. I agree with that. Some of you need to give yourself a break from the opinions of the others. Real talk. Some of you have gone to battle because you're containing your truth, your honesty, yourself. This shit is like fighting over the things that you're hiding. Now I hear a Dave Chappelle song. I think it's the one he did with Sesame Street. And the word is fuck it. Some of you need to learn how to be by yourself for a little while and stop generating other people's karma. Too much, listen. Some of you may need to go talk to somebody. If you're not going to take the patient, be patient with yourself for better health. Some of you need to recognize that you're working with old source code, like a computer. It's old operating system. So you have a computer on your phone, or your iPad, or your computer. But the data you're working with, the functioning that you're expressing, the way you move and operate through the world, or see the world even, that's old data from the parental units. Okay? So you have to recognize that. You can have a look at the parents. What were they like? What are they like? Where are they at now? Do they seem happy? Is that where you want to be? I mean, it's really having a look at the old coding and then saying, you know what? I don't want that. That didn't feel good to me when I had to be in it. So why would anybody else really want to stay in my space? Be with me forever. Maybe you're not ready for long term now, but someday you may be. What type of person will you be if you don't alter some of that old coding, update it, upgrade it? The others may not be able to do that, but you can. And you must have gratitude for that as you start to become more aware of that fixed focus, fixed behavior, hurting others before they hurt you. So this is building up the soul, strengthening the self, testing, observing, controlling, realizing that you have options in how to deal with others. You have options in how to express yourself. Things may be challenging, but you have the tools to get through it. It's about evolution. So this is good. You're growing. Also need to make a choice to focus on better health, as I said before. But another element to better health is the others. Some of you are maybe, okay, what I just heard is someone taking advice from that old data or giving too much information about your current life to someone still operating on the old computer. So whatever data they kick back out at you is going to be old. If you type something in like, I'm hurting, I would just like someone to love me, the old computer says, what? Would you like to go on the internet? Would you like to do something else? Or the old computer says, we don't know what that is. We don't know what your problem is. What's your fucking problem? What's the matter with you? So that those old computers, you kind of, I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm not saying throw it in the trash. I'm saying recognize that it is an old computer and you have a new computer. So why are you copying the old data, which is very destructive to your brand new computer? So you have to be very picky about whose information you will take as your own. Even this reading, if it doesn't apply, shit ain't for you. But if it feels like it's connecting, recognize you might be working with an old operating system on a brand new computer. That would be why you're having problems getting everything to work correctly, right? A lot of stuff would not work on your brand new phone if you had an iPhone 6 on the inside, or at least a few parts of it. Things might not work so well. So it's recognizing that old data and not copying it. Forgiving yourself because you learned it, you know it. New beginnings. You're getting a break right now for safety. This is divine intervention. Whatever stuck period you're having right now, whatever is going on right now, you are getting a download of updated data. What you will do with it is up to you. Prejudice comes out again. You must be very selective. You must be very selective with your wisdom, who you share it with. Some of you are empaths. You may be psychic, you may be just a very sensitive person who can feel other people's feelings. This is dangerous. You, of all people, have to be very careful who you deal with, who you date, who you love, who you make friends with. It's very easy to attract destructive, emotional people. So take the break. Some of you have some goals or some stuff you need to complete. I heard 3 days. Maybe somebody has a project or something they're working on. It needs to be done. Some of you have the power to invent. I hate to make it so cartoonish. Power. Some of you have the ability to invent stuff that will impact others, the world. I don't know, has this been realized? You may not have realized this yet, but you are being given a break to realize this. Ooh, opportunity knocking, anyone? There's an experience, though, that you need to have in learning how to communicate better with others, as that is an essential part of whatever this creation is. Don't get thrown off your path by desiring relationships if you know it's not the time. So while being picky, you must be honest with others about your intention, and you can't be honest once, you have to be honest comfortably. And there's the test. So in the test is what you hear, how you perceive self, others. What are your passions at this time? Are you focused on them? Or are you focused on your gooey, sticky feelings? There's there's a tension that needs to be stopped or altered. Focus. Your guides are trying to get your attention. And the attention comes, or the intention involves the others. Recognizing how upside down they are, indifferent, how they're not able to grow any further. Maybe just not at this time, could be for the rest of their living cycle. Okay? You have to recognize that, be okay with it, and then go for self. Some of you have to learn how to work in groups. Growth needs to happen here. And some of you have to get over the shit of like, oh, it's 7. Okay. Some of you you have walls, too guarded, and that is a great way to skip over whatever your invention gift is. Great way to skip it if you want to. You shouldn't. You're just going to come back next lifetime and do it again. So maybe this one, you wake up and get the ball rolling. Yeah. So in the test is also, again, truth. Not lying to oneself about the past, not blocking off. You're not using your sticky feelings to build a wall and pretending like you don't see stuff. Some of you will have to work to separate yourself from the others. Some of you are going to have to make a choice to leave some old stuff behind. It ain't going to feel good to everybody, but that's not, yeah. It's not your fucking problem. Some of you need to be clear in relations with others. You're going to have to talk to people. Gonna have to learn how to not talk to people. Some of you have to learn marketing, promotion of the self. The word grifter or drifter. Some of y'all gotta let some people go. Gotta choose yourself. Some of you are gonna have to say something that is gonna hurt someone else. But you give them the freedom to start over. And that's good energy because you're honest about it. People are gonna have to walk away. Some of you are gonna have to remove some people from your immediate environment. You may have to move yourself out of environments that are toxic to you. You have to choose yourself, but not in an egotistical way, choosing to better health, choosing to stop thought processes, choosing to get emotionally ready for the relationships that you do want, how to break old cycles. This also feels like the energy of someone who may, okay, whether it's whoever this is connecting to, whether it's you or the others, this feels like an energy of people who, what's the current word for you youngsters? It's not, I guess it's like trolling, but you know how people get around each other at family dinners and they say horrible things to each other? And everyone's supposed to laugh and keep it going, but really and truly, several people at the table don't like that talk. You know, you got like siblings who pick on you. Not everybody likes that talk. And some are getting damaged from it. So it's not going to be easy to pull oneself out of that data. It's not going to be easy to not carry the luggage of that into relationships. All of them. Somebody might be making a choice to be an old motherfucker when this shit is said and done. And you will know that to be stability. It'll be the old person who's just happy to have a sandwich. They might be alone. Might have gray hair on your nether regions. But if that's not what you want, you may want to start getting that self-awareness together now. Okay. All right. Hope that was helpful. Let's see. This is fucked up. Okay, I just heard it. Others will be laughing at. This sounds messy. Let me write that down. $10 days. $10 days. Others you'll be laughing at. This sounds slightly messy. Forgive me. 6, do you have any finishing or beginning data for that read? Sheep? Anything else, 6?
Not yet. It's all coming together.
One more, please.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Ooh, okay. What y'all doing? All right. Others, the collective will be laughing at. 10 days. As the helicopter flies over. All right. Give that a second. Player haters. Okay. Some of you are going to be laughing at the logic of someone. The others. This is someone that you didn't think was one of the others. You may have thought that in the beginning. At some point along the way, you realized you made an error. That's a part of awareness, right? Everybody doesn't have that. Some of y'all realize this person was an optical illusion. This person could be a liar to the public, to others, could be a work situation. For some of you, it's love. Or love that's over. Something that ended badly. On the love tip, though, some of y'all are going to be laughing at the one who returns to you in love. This person was cruel. They was fucked up, just shit wasn't cool in the past. Things didn't work, right? It might have ended poorly or with one or two harsh words. Well, this motherfucker's coming back. Still same ego, still same guard, still... I just heard dime in a cup. Who's getting the bum? Okay. One of y'all has a whole bum returning to you. I don't mean out on the street bum. I don't mean that. I don't know if that's the case either. I could be wrong. But it feels like a bum-ass offer coming back. And the strength of the offer depends on the weakness of you. Let's move on. Some of y'all are going to be laughing at the illusion. You'll be laughing because you don't think that they don't know that you know about them. It's like your spidey senses are tingling. You're in there. Your intuition is on point. Some of you will be laughing because this person, okay, ooh, dear guides, to the cruel guides with extra large, possibly overinflated testicles, it's an opportunity to practice your grace by not bursting into laughter. Who does this? I've given this reading before. Who does this? I'm not saying don't laugh. I shouldn't say that at all. Fuck it. If this was someone from the past who brought you chaos and shit ended fucked up and you feel fucked up about it, when they return, if you're still raw, don't argue. I guess laughing is okay. Let's double check that with a yes or no. But laughing in for the returning energy, for the returning bum, will laughing in this person's face be okay to do? Or would it cause great damage or make things worse? Answer to no, don't laugh in their face. Especially if you have any desire to interact with this person, or if you still consider them friendly, or if they look good enough you still want them around. I don't know how that works. Some of you will be experiencing another person's karma. You will be the return of their karma. I don't like the whole words karmic and you're a bad person and all that. But sometimes a person having to return to, I just heard the scene of the crime. God damn, is it that deep? Okay. Okay. Some people having to return to you. What's that saying? Everybody you see going up are the people you see going down. The fact that they have to come back, they have to interact with you, and you have to choose to interact with them. They have to come back with a loss of ego spanking. They got to come back and let you know how they feel. They got to say something, whatever it is. Almost feels like the energy of a masculine having to experience this with a woman. I could be wrong. Somebody has to clarify and answer for their cycles, the way they treat people, the way they cross paths with others, the way they do things on purpose. I hear Snoop Dogg. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Whose data is this? Goes with someone who realizes they may be a little bit addicted to sex, or for realizing how they put happiness into sex, or they've replaced sex for it. They want happiness, but have replaced it with sex. And they may be realizing that there's no love there. They realize that there's people that they can't count on when they fuck with those who also don't have love, don't operate with logic and reason. Huh, is that how it works? So somebody has met their mirror and didn't like what they saw. Somebody met a real player hater. What I just heard is somebody cleaned their clock. So whoever this is that has to return in a relationship or old relationship, whatever. Somebody cleaned their clock is the term I'm hearing. Cleaned. Clarify the event. They had to walk away. They lost some stuff. Had to leave some stuff behind. Secrets got revealed. Somebody called them on their shit. Or took back their stuff. Huh. Oh, the breadcrumber got breadcrumbed. The one who was only giving bits and pieces of themselves in relationships, oh, they got, oh, And so from experiencing the return of that air fan energy flow, they experienced it, but somebody had stronger air. Somebody had stronger energy to push forward. So for this person, there may be financial things they're going through. They may be stuck in a little bit of a time warp, trying to unbury themselves from debt or collecting money for bills, whatever. This person's desires, energetically speaking, aren't there. The Wang motivation, downhill. It's no good. This person may be experiencing what they don't really want to say out loud is loneliness. There are, okay, did they learn? I hear lessons in love. Damn, did they learn anything? Just having an experience. So for the guides, damn, false person. So for whoever's going through this, it's realizing the sleeping data. It's forgiving yourself for messing around with a sleepwalker. Some of you may be hearing this person has some type of health issues, or you may be recognizing the health issues in them, mental health. You may be experiencing or seeing how this person really doesn't have any experience in giving healthy relationships or being a part of it. Some of you are going to be hearing a secret about someone from your past relations. Some of y'all are going to be glad you skipped whatever returns. Some of you, when this person returns, this was someone who was of interest to you in a sensual way. You ain't feeling that shit no more. This is the physical body response to it feels like I get the feeling of somebody like listening to someone's bullshit. Maybe getting to see them in real time and thinking to yourself like, what did I see in this? Hello, Braylon. I you don't have to tell me, but you can super chat, or I have under the same name, Psi Divine, Cash App. Do I need to put that up there? I can put it on the screen if you want to see it. Again, physical body response. Accept it. It's your psychic full body massage treatment. You will not have energy for this. You just won't. And so I mean, you don't need to, Braylon. It's okay. You being here is beautiful. That is with absent of value because it is priceless. Okay, so physical response. Holding on to your emotions when this returns is brilliant. It is an act of brilliance. If you survive this without bursting into laughter or engaging in battle with this person, like pouring your gooey feelings into this shit. If you engage, it is what it is. But recognize how this person made you feel in the past, how touchy you may be wanting to be about whatever's coming. Like, feels like somebody like coming in again from the past, offering you those flowers, right? Offering you this gift, but not wanting to talk about this ex that's back here. This stone burial. Let's bury that. No, don't look at that past stuff. And no, there are no other options. Just you. Take these flowers. You like these, don't you? Let's not talk about the past. Let's bury that. Choosing to disengage, not go to war, not. Yes, Braylon, I do a question at the end. Nobody was saying anything, so I just keep going with extra data. Don't be too touchy. Catch your feelings. Stay in balance. I feel someone who's like sitting on the edge of, is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch? You know, am I gonna have, like, what you mean, motherfucker, you don't remember? Like this, somebody come in and act like they didn't do shit. So, okay, I'll stop there. Just remember your grace guides, and guidance says you don't have to respond poorly. I'm not saying do or don't, your data, but the opportunity to practice not being a part of that old coding. You get an opportunity to practice. I'll leave it there. Practice. It's like tennis. Boop. You get an opportunity to serve the ball back. You could take your tennis racket, cross over the net, and beat somebody to death with it. Or you could walk completely past the game. Opportunities are abound. Logic is key, though, because you're damn sure going to hear the absence of it in the others. The masculine bully energy sits here at the bottom, where they probably need to be, but doesn't mean you need to kick them there. Ooh-wee. Somebody, I also heard kicking them while they're down. That is a part of grace not to do that. Does anybody have a question? I'm the last person who can tell you what to do and what not to do. Just do what you got to do, but watch your own energy. Be very mindful of your own energy, because you'll be interacting with someone who hasn't changed. So all you're going to be doing is spending your precious energy on somebody who still don't get it. You could do something way more productive, like mop the floor of everybody living on your block and be way more productive and get way more gratitude and healthy exchanges than to play ball with old data, or trying to understand or give life. I want you to do this with that old data. Roll it up. Throw it away. Done. Does anybody have any yes or no questions? 6, do you have anything else to go with that data for the angel guides?
Hold on. This whole operation was your idea.
Right. You will be tempted to run shit back in people's face. I don't. That is not practicing your grace. Serving the ball is not practicing your grace. Going back and forth. Nope. That is not grace. Anything else? 6.
It's time to stop.
It's time to stop. One more, please. Somebody needs to bring their ass off the playground. There's lessons to be learned. Okay, work to be done. Will Jay talk to you again? Hello, Braylon. All right. Will there be communications between Braylon and Jay? I get yes. But someone is testing you at this time. Testing. And when I asked to clarify the testing, whatever it is, it ain't healthy. Why is it unhealthy? Clarify Braylon's person. Why is it unhealthy? Somebody might be, okay, you talk too much. Somebody, that's what I heard. I don't know, was it Houdini? You talk too much, you never shut up. I don't know who that's for. Part of your person in this lifetime is a liar. Might be thirsty. They might have misguided, misled. I get a blocked timeline too. So this person might have just been crossing paths to see whatever they could see. Somebody might have been looking to see what you were just going to give up. Whatever it is, you both have lessons to learn. But watch your feelings and how you may overthink what you dream somebody to be. Be careful of that. Whatever you're doing right now is costing you time, energy, and money. Growth of self. You may have a routine in this behavior of thinking about this person. But I get cycles crossing, so there's a growth in meeting this person. You might have just been crossing paths in life. Ooh, girl, no. So somebody here has some ego things going on. And when I say ego, like it runs next to I don't give a fuck. Somebody might be physically focused into what they can get. They may look logical, may sound logical, may be logical in your head, but they may throw things off balance. And 4 happens here twice. Wow. This person splits people. So they are attracted to what they believe is someone that they can flip. They look for someone who isn't quite, or that someone who they think is easy or they're looking for someone who sits in their head a lot. There's just an emotional not a healthy exchange with this person. Something that some kind of way you were tested and they got what they wanted, or you were tested and it didn't work, or just a lot of zeros, a lot of too much overthinking. waiting. You are skipping up. Hey. Hey, Braylon. So my card of sacred wisdom is here. It's in reverse, my dear. Okay? Whoever you're thinking of has split you. So there's something you're supposed to be doing, but there's something you're doing instead, right? There's someone you should be on your way to being, but you're over here being who you maybe want others to be. And now I hear Bobby Caldwell. What you won't do for love. Be aware. You've tried everything, but you don't give up. And this is the kind of person that you may be unawarely attracting or attracted to the type of people who will make you do for love what you should not do. Somebody thinks about sex all day. All day they dream about sex. Adidas. One of y'all, maybe both of you, are wanting waiting. Health issues comes out again with that. This person's out of balance or they throw you out of balance. Relationships or desires, period, could throw you off balance. So right now what you should be working on is the challenges that come with lust, the wants. There's a lot. Whoever you're focused on, you need to be having a deeper look at them. Clarify. You're having a deeper life experience here, girl. You're blocking your own time. You're blocking your own success, and what you get, what you'll be attracting is the excessive people, the users, the liars. And that happens because you don't observe and test and make sure that's who's supposed to be breathing the same air as you. Not everybody is allowed to breathe your air. Sorry. Not sorry. So you have to be careful what you manifest, and that easily happens when you point your focus towards the ones who shouldn't be breathing your air. But what you get at this time is building strength within yourself. Strength to let go. Strength to look at the order of people's minds and their behavior. Look at what they say versus how do they act. Someone leaving you wondering also keeps you wandering in one place. So, gotta break that. You may be attracted to criminal elements or just the ones who lie in a way that should be criminal. One of y'all's thirsty. And you need to know what people's motivations are better, or at least more accepting of that. So your wishes, your wants can also make you lie to yourself a little bit. See too much good in others where there is none. And if you have a beautiful angel type heart, of course you're going to see the good in people. But this is why I always talk about balance. When people talk about balance, it's always you got to be this angel. Nah, I don't subscribe to that shit. You need your chaos in order to achieve balance. So you have your grace, you have your goodness, and then you have your chaotic, busy all over the place, the liars, the cheats, the bad stuff. And within the chaos can also be protection by cutting people off, blocking, unblocking your own clock. And, you know, time is of the essence also. Because every time you take focus into another individual like this, you could be losing months, years, the lifetime, and it all could have started on a wish. Hoping you'll get lucky with this one. Instead of testing, observing, challenging, give them 48 hours of conversation, 48 total hours of actual interaction or conversation before deciding to let them like get really close. You know what I'm saying? Within 48 hours, I say people always reveal themselves. Then you know what you're dealing with. And if they're just so hot, you got to have it anyway, then at least you can't say that nobody lied to you because you were honest with yourself. If they're lying to themselves, it is what it is, but you know what it is going in. And the wants and desires are clear. You can look at that person and say, you're not for life. You're furniture. You ain't as complicated as IKEA. It could have been as complicated as IKEA furniture with foreign directions. It could have been that. But because you tested, observed, controlled the access, controlled your own impressions of that person, because you controlled it, you can have what you want and it be all good. I know you're just furniture. I'm going to sit here. And then when I'm done, I'm going to get up and go over there. And in time, you'll be old, squeaky, annoying, and I'll have to throw you out. And I'll have to go back to IKEA or whatever my favorite furniture store is, and I'll replace it. I'll replace you. I know what it is. There's no confusion. Because people are going to lie to you. Period. But if you're honest and you're looking, testing, they may talk a good game. What are the actions? Would this person spend the next 2 weeks with me if we never did anything dirty? How good, do they deserve the good side of me? Or should I be furniture with them too? Works both ways. And it's just clarity. And having that level of clarity means you have all the control. You have all the control. There's never a lie. I don't expect anything. What are you? You're furniture. Have a seat. Have a seat. And then we're done when it's done. And that's not exactly the healthiest thing for a long-term relationship. But if that's how this person presents themselves to you as furniture, if you're so attracted, don't expect anything on the long end because it's furniture. Nobody gets up from the dinner table and starts yelling at the chair because the chair didn't hug them or love them. The chair didn't lie. Bitch, I made of wood. I'm a chair. Why are you talking to inanimate objects that have one purpose? So, good luck with that. Don't laugh in anyone's face. I always encourage that. It's training you for your higher grace, all your gifts. I don't think you're supposed to laugh at people too while you're being intuitive and aware. I'm sure some people do. All right. Does anyone else need a yes or a no question answered? Hello, Vinny. Hello, Vinny, and welcome. 05, you have a question? All right. Okay, Vinny, will your husband reconcile with you? Lord, did you, the last reading I probably gave? Okay, let's find out. Will Vinny's husband trouble coming together. Rose. Shh. I get a yes, but something you're not aware of, something. There's an allusion to this. Clarify the illusion. A lot of waiting, hoping. Clarify. Girl, you really want to go for another round of the okie doke? Really? So if your person comes back, somebody's looking for some type of. This will have money. This will be about money. This will be about finance, and maybe it's about finance for you. If your person returns, yeah. If your person returns, it'll be because they failed with the others. They went out and got a taste of their own medicine, or they weren't successful. They certainly was not successful. What I don't like about your person returning is where they are mentally. Somebody's too sensitive, doesn't want to talk about the past, doesn't want to do the growth, doesn't want to deal with the healings, doesn't want to hear your mouth. Very immature. And you have given a lot to this time, this want. You're wanting someone back who may not be very loyal to you. They don't deserve your heart. And you're just being a people pleaser. So bringing this person back in, wanting them, calling on the universe to bring them back, is calling back in an old cycle of old data. It's like reading the worst book you've ever read over again. So be very careful of what you are bringing back. You know better. You're intuitive. And this person isn't even like physically good to you. On the physical love level, they're not good to you. And you've given this person so much. You've given them your time, your energy. You've built life to some extent around this person. Vanny, not everybody knows what a diamond looks like, okay? Even if they can see and walk and they know how to turn on the lights and they know how to pee in the toilet and not pee on the wall, it doesn't mean they know what a diamond looks like. You need to know what a diamond looks like. Yeah, this person shreds you No. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You are choosing to repeat a cycle, honey. And you'll get exactly whatever you had before, times 2 or 8. This person has jealousy issues. They don't like themselves. How can they love you? This is an energy, whoever this person is, they have a masculine energy of someone who, like, if they were going to be so like unhealthy, they could do a better job at it. They could at least do a better job and make it feel good for a little while. Like, it's a bully energy. It's a me. It's what I want. They don't have high value of you or women. I don't know which one. They want control of you, but they don't know how to control themselves. In this person, you see the worst version of yourself. In this person, you see the worst you see a vision of the worst person you could be. So what do you desire? You desire to be treated like the others. All the cards are coming out in reverse. Just so we're clear. You are choosing to not do anything new. Just stay exactly where you are out of laziness or the way you see relationships and how they should work. This will not change unless you change it. So I do see a return for you and for your person, but it's a selfish return. It's a selfish return. At the bottom of the deck is the challenges. When this person comes back, you may want to avoid this. They're going to come back with a lot of compliments and nice things to say, but the minute you start asking questions, it all falls apart. They start making obstacles for you. They start acting like they don't know what you're talking about. It becomes your fault. They're not ready to accept who they are. They haven't changed. They haven't changed. So, good luck with that. Your choice. 5, I see what you wrote. You want to know about that power. Vanny, 6, do you have any messages for Vanny?
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Okay, how about something else?
That's a lot of damage.
Vinny, you have a lot of damage, honey. This isn't about prayer. This is about focus, action, intention. That comes from you. There is no higher source here that needs to be worked with except the choices you make. Okay? So, no, I'm not going to pray for you. You have to choose. You have to choose better. You have to accept that you're worth more than this. You have to decide. We can say a prayer, but I can say a prayer that you're okay and that your person is a good person. But if you open the door and you let them in and they're the exact same person, why did I pray? Why would you ask me to waste my time like that? That's not nice. Anything else? Let's clear this data, 6.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? He's your husband. Is he your master? Is he your creator? I don't speak for your relationships, but if you're not happy and your person isn't trying to work it out with you, at what point do you love yourself? When? When do you love yourself enough to not accept that? At the top of the deck, is sitting here. You have some valuable self illusions. You have some trust issues. You're hoping, but you're not growing. So maybe you need to take time out for your own health before putting your energy and focus into somebody who needs to grow also. Both of you have to be mature and want it. Both of you have to be mature and want it. All right. I'm reading for 2021 now. 2021. Okay. I don't know if I can go back on that data, but let's see what happens. Can you do me a favor? 5, and give me 3 random numbers. Moves. Shut the fuck up. Can you give me 3 random numbers, please? You know, I'm not going to do a long one on this. I'll try to be quick. If you want an individual reading, I can try that. In a separate video. Sorry. And no, I'm not smoking weed. $2021, I ain't doing those numbers. Give me 3 numbers all in one text. You gave me a whole bunch of, what's all that? 3 numbers, random numbers. Think about what I said, 3 random numbers, all together, not separate. So what I get from your numbers is someone being taken to the abyss of their untrue self. Abyss of untrue self. Okay, well, I should show this too. If you see, could be an infinite sign right here. Could be infinity, but it's like you get the loop of experience and you start to complete that cycle, but then somebody comes along and they're able to take you off your path, drag you down to the abyss of your untrue self. So this card is called Lord of the Triumph of Light. It is the Chariot in reverse. Let me get the King of Pentacles. Lord of the wild and fertile land. High Priestess, covered by 2 of Swords and 7 of Swords. Lord of unstable effort. Peace restored. Priestess of the Silver Star. So I see whatever the past life energies were, they were aggressive. They didn't have a lot of self-control. This could have been parents, grandparents, the family bloodline I'm referring to. Feels like the energy of background rules. Could have been a very strict growing up environment. Could be a ancient ideology. Old ways of seeing things. Things work one way and not always. People were seen in a certain way. I get caste system. Caste. So it could have been the old, wow. I see the energy of, I sense the energy of people who had to work for others. Servant is the word that comes through. I just don't like the word servant, but that's what came through. This could be the energy of a hive mind where perhaps women were baby making machines and such, yes. I see something to do with farmers, farming. Fields. It doesn't necessarily feel like someone engaged in great levels of battle, but it feels like the energy of defenders, protectors of land. At some point during the bloodline, there was a great loss. It feels like someone came along and divided. Now I hear divide and conquer, but there was a division of something that belonged to one or to a family. Feels like someone who had to walk away. Feels like someone who was told to walk away by someone, a higher principality or something that could not be fought for, but in order to maintain comfort, agreements had to be established. It's like having to bargain on, or having to negotiate what is yours. Negotiate the taking of what is yours. The decisions of the few that impact the all or the sum. Okay, so 2 chariots are here. This really feels like land issues. Quick messenger coming in, taking things. Someone fighting for justice, what they want. Lord of the root of the powers of water. Yeah. Somebody's, okay. Along the way, energies in your past, they got things taken away. The word is not bully. It was conquered, overcome, dominated, had things of value taken from them. Something of high value. And I still get the land reference. Yeah, somebody had to give up what they worked hard for. Connection to current. In the current, we have the Princess of Wands. So it's a guarded energy, feels like, being guarded. Protecting what is yours. Feeling like there's always an energy behind you, waiting to control things. Always being prepared for battle. And perhaps being in a place where you're feeling, feels like being in a place always prepared for battle, because the DNA, your soul remembers not being able to fight for what was yours at some time, lifetimes ago. Very protective energy. And it's almost like from this type of data, I can only imagine if you had great lands or ruled over an area and somebody shows up and takes it from you and you can't fight for it. You have to negotiate your own safety, your freedom, or you have to negotiate what's left. We're going to take all the land, you can live in this corner, and you have to negotiate that and then look at what was lost. And it's an isolating feeling. It makes you makes you see a lot of people as snakes. And whether they're snakes or not, you kind of have that opinion. Because somebody snaked you many moons ago, many lifetimes ago. Someone was a snake. And it's not even a snake. It was like the word that comes through is principality. I don't even know how that applies. Sorry, it's just what comes through. It feels like having to give up something and carrying that energy of, you're not going to take anything from me. How dare you take something from me? And having limited resources, or there's laws now and stuff, like having limited ability to fight for what is yours. So it's there, and for me, at a lot of these cards have something going on in the background behind the person. You have the ram back there. And the hermit, which comes out in reverse, there's all these thoughts, the fires, the flames, memories of what was, and growth behind. You see the head behind? We have memories of thoughts. There's just a lot of action going on in the background. There it is again. Feels like someone coming in on orders from higher ups to do things. Yeah. Could have been a king or a ruler of the land. And what I now hear is siege. Siege. Somebody wanted Somebody wanted the land. Past life selves could have also been incarcerated or blocked, held back. They could not fight for their things. Could not fight for what was right, what was theirs. Lord of shortened force. So currently, at this current manifestation of self, you experience a lot of cycles in things that start and stop. Shortened force. You may feel protective of yourself, and it can be an aggressive protective self. It's a little bit like that when someone comes your way. So here's the flower coming your way, and then you've got all these swords from all of the ancient ancestor data ready to fight at all times, ready to be in a mode of combat, always in thought of what's going to happen. Queen of the Thrones of Earth is here. So for me, this is like manufacturing things to some degree. Can be. And it can be you being moody. It can result or look like you're being moody or quick, short, bitchy, whatever words you want to use. You have the Queen of the Thrones of Air here. At some point in life, you was physically savage. You were some type of fighter. During whatever manifestation of whatever happened in the past, you were tested. You fought as best you could. There were some victories. There were some victories there. There were some things that you were allowed, or your people were allowed to keep, But because of the battle, that you couldn't fight fair. It was not a fair fight. Because of that, because your soul kind of remembers those fights. You destroy things before they really get started. Okay? So the towers that you experience a lot can be created by the choices you're making. Like you throw out, you hurt them before they get a chance to really hurt you. Or when you feel really hurt, you're ready for battle at all times. And notice it's an 8. It's this is a cycle of self. It's an old self, but it is the reason. It's about being safe, wanting safety, wanting love, but you will also cut a motherfucker. You will also be ready for battle. And so it's carrying the dark self over and over each lifetime. So what you should be working on comes back again here. 4 of Wands, Lord of perfected work. This was in reverse. So in this lifetime, you're needing to get prepared for the new energy. You're more awake to it this time. Maybe you're more aware of it this time because weapons aren't quite so freely available like they was then. The sun is here. Comes out as a choice though. If you notice, there's 2 people right here, right? One is pulling one in a direction towards what is unknown. And if you notice, she's looking up at all this old information. We could say each ray of light from the sun is another lifetime where this energy is still pulling at you to repeat. Still encouraging you to go towards repetition each lifetime, each reincarnation. The last judgment. So the work of this lifetime, as far as I see it, in the last judgment, right? It's a judgment. This is for you to do the work. It's for you to recognize what you put out, you get back. It's for you to become more aware of yourself. You have an opportunity to look at the old data and make some changes. Put the old version of self away. It's over. And now that you have this awareness of self, what type of life do you want? So it is possible that the relationships you have that don't go well, they're end in violence, these may be people from previous lives that you had the exact same battle with. Maybe not throwing plates, but it was some other kind of battle. Let's see. Them battles probably looked a little bit like that. You know? So your test is how you regard those energies. Your test is the cruelty that comes back with these energies. Removing them, not giving into that old warrior energy, balancing it out. It has its purpose, it protects you, but it hurts you when it's time for relationships. Oh, wow. I'm just looking up. Sorry, 5. Jeez. Okay. That gave me a chill reading what you wrote. Okay. So what you see here, Mama? Justice. You are the daughter of the Lord of Truth, right? So you are the chosen one at this time for healing and awareness. Doesn't mean everybody in the family gets it, that they may not. But for those around you, they have an opportunity for healing. If they do, they'll see it through you. Doesn't mean you hold hands and walk together. You're the start. You turn the wheel so that the balance is different. Jeez, woman. That's a lot of family data. That's a lot of family data right there, Mama. Jeez. I don't know why I get the name Beeble, Bobby, something nicknamed B, something. Who is that? Somebody, you do have ancestors around you talking to you. Don't go crazy on that data. Doesn't mean start talking out loud. They're there. They just don't know. Look. The Wheel of Fortune. Lord of the forces of life. That's you at the top of that wheel. That's you at the top of that motherfucking wheel. The Empress is here. Look at all these opportunities for balance. Daughter of the mighty ones. We need some church music with this. Ace of Wands. Root of the power of fire. The Lord of love. The Lord of waves and waters. Girl, you got work to do. I'm going to need you to get off there and then go conquer the world. You have work to do. Part of the work, though, is those old static energies. It's going to be hard to heal the elders or the older ones. So first is healing yourself, realizing why you fight the way you do with the others, and then taking back your energy and doing something else with it. And what you do with it turns that wheel so that the others who are also in carrying that old energy, they see the opportunity to change. It starts with what they see in you. You don't change it this time, you come back next lifetime and do it. I would get started now if I was you. Your surname is Mighty Power. Oh shit. For real? Hello, Ashley. You're so welcome, goddess. Y'all gonna have to come back tonight. I just did no, I can't do any more readings, you guys. Lifetime reads are hot. Going back through certain data brings heat. Five, you need to stop fighting the way you do. I know that much. Is there something in your heart that you'd like to do on a business level, working level? What are you focused on? What is recode? Recode. what you need to do is work on some goals. Work on some goals. You need to take a break from trying to have relationships. Real talk. You need to work on friendships. Comfortable with yourself. Higher esteem of yourself. Remember, if you okay, so your people had their family properties and their things taken by a ruler, right? So there's a loss of value of self, strength of self. I'm sure you can imagine what your people felt like a little bit, right? You can imagine how they felt losing things that belong to them and not being able to fight for yourself and get your stuff back. That's fucked up. So it makes relationships difficult when your soul is connected to thieves, people taking what's not theirs. It's not fucking yours. I'm getting upset now. People coming in and doing things that are fucking wrong. Excuse my language, guys. I'm still connected to 2021's data. So if you can imagine how distorted, how angry, how restrained or caged in, or how dominated you feel from by other people doing things, how you feel broken, you feel all this loss, you have to start all over again, and it's not your fault. If you could imagine what they went through, and then imagine how many different generations of family existed after that event. How many different generations came to be after that? How many different families? Okay, however many there were, you can magnify that imprint, that soul imprint. You can magnify that with each generation. And then here you are. You are the one who is now awake, looking around like this is bad energy. How do we fix this? You have to fix it with you first, because you can't go back in time. So you have to fix it with you first. 29, 70, 55, 57. Okay. So balance comes back around with completion for you. You have to be comfortable with starting over, learning how to be comfortable with starting over, finding happiness in the new start. Can be the new start in relationships, recognizing the higher elements of yourself, removing confusion. Now you can tie your energy. Now you can tie your energy to the energy of the others, because that's all their energy and how that impacts you. It's your energy. And you reincarnated from that data. You could have been a reincarnation of the family before that. You could have been a reincarnation of that during that time. Who knows? I'm not going that far through your data. But you were present in that data and before. So you're carrying all of that energy from the others. Very heavy. Very heavy, very frustrating. Now I understand why you want to pop motherfuckers. I get it. I get why you just want to walk up and poke people's eyes out. I get it. I get it. I get it. So, because you could not fight for what was yours, the desire to be impulsive, to leap out there, not think, just be responsive and reactive. It's wanting to fight for what's yours. Whether it's an opinion or relationship, you can apply that shit to everything. You'll fight in the grocery store if it's right. That's old data from then. So now you have a little more of the data, right? Now you have a little more of the data. So you can resolve it within yourself. You can recognize that energy, forgive yourself. We don't have to participate in it. Not the same time. That was then, this is now. So we're breaking a cycle of pressurized thinking. The thinking that holds you down, pushes you down, makes you want to spring forward and pop a motherfucker. I get it. I get it. Completion keeps coming. Completion. And it's for you to do first. Starts with you and your own clarity, freeing yourself from whatever that binds the emotions. You need a hobby, bitch. You need a hobby. Something that completely takes up your time. You can still listen to YouTube in the background, but you got to do something to work with, what's the word? You have to move into a place of sanity. Because what your family went through was insane. What they went through is, I mean, I could not imagine. I could not imagine. But your soul knows. It's just coming out of you in all these different ways. Completion, completion. And somebody brought like this chaos. Jeez. So I hope that helps. 19. You have to bring that completion. New starts, new way of looking at yourself, new way of looking at men. You could have been a woman during that time and had to fight with a man about the property, the houses. You could have been a man protecting a woman. And so the split at this time is you protecting yourself like a warrior, but also feeling like you can't go to full battle like your soul wants to. So there's a lot of releasing of that type of energy, forgiving it, embracing it, loving it, but not letting it dictate how you behave now. You may need a whole new change of environment for this type of completion. If you're still interacting with elderly family members who don't even know about this energy and what they're stuck to, you may need a change of scenery. Just keeping it real. Because to stay in the same place where the damage is visualized, remembered every day, that's not going to help you either. It's just not. You have to help. You have to help yourself and move past it. New goals, new start, new self, comfortable alone in your own goddess skin, independent, calm and relaxed. Loving the self. Not waiting for others. There's a whole military force inside of you. And they're all waiting to go to battle, but you can't live in that space. That's everybody else's space. So first is love. Now you have reason. Now you can go with love. I don't think forgiveness goes into that, but awareness, light. You will make an impression on the group, of the family. They'll see it. Oof. All right. Jesus. Ah, damn. 5. Virtual hug, mama. Virtual hug. Sending you a virtual hug. It's a tunnel you have to walk through, but it's not a maze. Just need a little battery for your flashlight so you can see the path. But you got to watch that. I feel that from more than one of y'all. There's this underlying battle of self. There's this underlying like fire. And it's not keeping you warm, it's torching things. So have to be aware of that. And then doesn't mean put the fire out, you still need it. But instead of torching everything with it, maybe you make some s'mores. You melt some marshmallows and enjoy the sweeter side of yourself. It's a choice. It's a choice. And you have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to be sweet to you first. You have to be forgiving yourself for putting all that other energy out, the continuation. You're done with that. That's old. That's a whole, that is, no, we're just old data. You can put that down. Upgrade the system. And you have to learn to be good to you and be okay with that. The others are asleep. You may be expecting way too much. And that brings the battle, the disappointments, the expectations, the illusions. But you do feel your people's soul with you. They're there. They're there. They don't know how to leave. You guys want you to focus on what you want, not what you don't have. Work on or start acquiring goals so you can see the end of the hallway and the light at the end of the tunnel. You are not like the others. I said that already. The awakening starts with you. The awakening for all the others starts with you. So the future feels unknown and hidden, but that's only because you have to bring an ending to some of those that old data. You know what it is. You respect what they went through at that time because it had to take a very strong person to go through that. They had to be strong by force. Even as things were being taken from them, they still had to be strong, stay together, stay alive. For those who did stay alive, for those who survived. So their loss, brought on a whole new cycle of loss of self-worth. So your guides want you to break cycle. Multiple generations of cycles of trained thought. Your guides want you to end that type of focus for yourself. It's making you think in a contradictory way. It makes you combative. It makes you what you're experiencing now. makes you hold back a lot of yourself. Eights, a lot of eights. So you get this experience, it's time to go forward, all that jazz. You need a new routine that makes you happy. That's here. Whether it's going for a walk, something you do every day that exposes you to some sun or happiness. Not necessarily happiness, but nothingness, calm, relax, like sitting at the park. You don't have to sit there all day, but like maybe for like an hour, a half hour. If you can't go to the park, if that's not safe, get near an open window, get some sun, some type of environment where it's just you, so you can retrain all of that old data that's back there. You can close some of those barriers up, put some things in boxes. We can clean up some of that old ancient data, put it in the proper boxes, store it on the nice IKEA shelf in your mind. And you must be consistent with this routine. That routine needs to be the one cycle that is, you don't break that cycle for nobody. If it's art, whatever. Okay? So work on that. What is it, something you could do every day? I think I joked with you before about kickboxing. I'm not going to suggest you go into any type of battle sports because it's in you. I'm not suggesting that. But find something that you can do every day that feels good. For me, it's taking my dog for a walk. No headphones, no nothing. Just the dog walking and birds and people noise wherever it is. And collect your thoughts. They need a little more organization because you're carrying old lives up here. I hope that was helpful. I would start there though, before telling you to go lay up and talk to a doctor who's going to medicate you and not, connect old data. But I do feel like once you start really you get some real, very real you time for yourself, not time sitting alone, time for yourself doing something that brings out that energy. You can paint it out. You could jog it out. You could kickbox it out. You could, whatever, do something creative. Inspiration. It's going to spark something in you. But you got to work with that source, that original data. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, y'all. There's people who live around you and they're insane. Well, my dear, do you live near a train station? Is it safe to go for a train ride? I didn't say you had to get off the train. Maybe you could get off and go buy yourself a cup of water and then get back on the train and go home. Something, you don't push the thought process of what it could be. Just let it come naturally and gently. What hobby thing could you do that will take you away from the bad thoughts or listening to the others who aren't ready for healing? Boxing is good. Okay. Take it. I'm sure any place that's offering that will give you a free class or a discount class. I would go do it. I would totally go do it. If I wasn't afraid of being hit in the boobs, I would go do kickboxing too. I don't want to be kicked in the boobs. But if you feel like, it's good, then try it. Try everything that comes to thought. Well, okay, except drugs or becoming a hitman or anything like that. No crazy stuff. But all the good stuff that could feel good. The stuff that, yeah, after boxing, you would be so tired. You would be drained. But think about the gains. You would look tight body, punching dudes in a gym who are all sweaty and covered in oil. And now I'm putting my own fantasies into your data. Sorry. But you got to do something to get that energy off of you. See what you just wrote? You hope they would never heal. Part of the healing is not even functioning with that thought process. Look how far you have to go. So get on it. It needs to go this lifetime. It needs to happen. You're awake now. So as you're awakening even more, to do nothing with this energy will be bad. Be bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whew. So naturally, just come up with a couple of things that you'd like to do. You got to work that energy off, girl. Real talk. You'll never forget what happened to your people. Never. You'll never forget that. But you are carrying those fists of energy. You're carrying that. You need it to protect you. You don't need it to destroy relationships. You don't need it to keep you angry for every little thing. Got a lot of power though, woman. Maybe you should go boxing. Oof. I could at least see some really nice workout clothes. You get some nice workout clothes and short little shorts. 6, do you have any data for 5?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Anything else? Time. The clock. Anything else?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Right. A lot of old sagas, old soap operas and such. Yes, you're carrying a lot of history in your soul. I'm so sorry your people went through that. Okay. Whew. Oh, you said one more? I see where you're. Okay. 6, 5 wants one more message. I don't think that was a message. That was okay, maybe it was. How about one more that we all understand? Those are your damn demons. 5, what you talking about? Listen, you went through a lot. Your people went through a lot. Tie all of those old dreams to that, to the family data. And if your people went through something that chaotic, there could have been another lifetime. There could have been other data I didn't pick up on. So all of that, remember, you probably grew up listening to family members talk about people that talking about that past like those people were monsters. And that coming to take your home from you and do all kind of other stuff to you, those are monsters. And you, as a child, your brain is going to process according to what you already know. Your brain's going to talk to you according to how it knows to communicate. Don't put no extra data on that. Nobody's casting spells or no shit like that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the soul remembering. And a child being in the same room with adults who are talking about past stuff like that. You would dream about demons. Yes. You would dream about monsters coming to get you. People in your family didn't speak at all about it? Then that's a soul connection. Your soul knows. Your soul remembers. Your soul remembers the reincarnation. Your soul remembers what happened in this reincarnation of you. So I would say master the brain. Learn how to master the way you're thinking so you can move forward. Maybe in the next, if you get a hold of it now, in the next reincarnation, if you come back, if you return, your brain maybe is a little bit stronger or a lot fucking stronger. And you and your family, as they all reincarnate, are all moving into better phases of life instead of walking around with the unspoken secret or not knowing why you guys are unable to heal, blocking your own rewards, blocking gifts, blocking healing. And the goat head and the demons, I mean, not dismissing anything, but I was very young when I started seeing images of devils. They show them to you in cartoons. I say do not apply any other data to your childhood dreams unless you're having them as an adult. We all have nightmares, especially if you're not in a happy home or you're just a kid with an active mind. And if you're still struggling with old data, when you're very young, you're more connected. You're way more connected. It's when you become an adult and you have all this ego and you think you know it all that you turn off that data. And you go from having a real connection to your old reincarnated self. Now you have illusions. Now you have ego, thoughts, what I think, what I want, what I hope. When you're a child, you are much closer to the pure connection of all your lifetimes. Oh, wow. So you remember multiple lives. Listen, chances are there's a possibility, maybe, you remember too much of the past lives. So you do have to get control of your brain. It's like having separate boxes for each lifetime, right? You have all these different boxes that hold each lifetime. But in your brain, they're kind of all they're pouring over a little bit messy. So, yeah, focus is the key to transforming those. You're so filled with chaotic thought, you got to break that. You're carrying way too much chaotic thought. So, work on that. Even if you got to go punch a bag, normally, regularly, daily, you got to work on that. Start reading. Is there other books you like that don't involve violence? Start reading some books. Do you write? Start writing. Where's your art? You have so much historical data to get out of your system, or at least to acknowledge it, see it, process it, understand it. Look at how that old data makes you behave now. Look at the others, how they can't change their data. Brianna, that's what I'm doing right now for 2021. Ooh. I touched the phone. Maybe Six wanted to say something. Six, did you have something to say?
Is that like a personal attack or something?
I just touched the screen. Anything else?
This is a certified hood classic.
There you go, 5. Certified Hood Classic. Old data. Classical data. But 5, you have to make a choice. Period. You can keep asking questions all day long, but it starts with you. Every bit of the work starts with you. Manifesting the new self, seeing the illusion stuff. Some of it like doesn't need to be a part of your lifetime. Hello to everyone else. Hello, Joanna. All right, you guys, that's almost 3 hours of just going through 2021's data. I feel tired, and I see horses. I feel like I'm on some land where there would be a horse or horses. So I'm gonna go have some lunch. I should have some lunch. Hello, Libra love. Well, I'm honored to be of assistance. No, 2021, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, early evening, 5 p.m. where I'm at. So what I do need though is lunch. My dog's looking at me like, yeah, bitch, when are you gonna feed me? I will try to come back on a little bit later because now I'm carrying 2021's old data there. So I'll try to come back on a little bit later so we can do something gooey or dig through somebody else's data. Oh. My dog's looking at me like, bitch. 3 o'clock at night? Oh, it's 3 and, oh my God. 20, go to bed. You're telling me to go, you need to go to sleep. 6, say goodnight to your friend. 5.
Screaming will not help anyone.
Okay, I wasn't screaming. Could you please say something nice to 5 so that she can get her rest? I guess that was 6's version of a lullaby song for you to sleep. Libra, you cried till it released you? Oh, did I make you cry? I'm sorry. I mean, well, if it helped, then I guess it's okay. 6 is old, Brianna. So, Sometimes when people get old, when we get old, I'm speaking personally too. The older I get, the more grumpy I get. And 6 being an iPhone 6 is pretty fucking grumpy, you would say, by comparison. What are we up to, like iPhone 12? iPhone 6. 6 is old and bitter. All right. Let's all break for some fresh air. If you enjoyed any of this data that wasn't any of y'all's except Five's, or maybe you enjoyed the earlier reading or two, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you know anyone who needs a reading. I don't always want to go through your reincarnated data, but if I see enough of you in the chat, I will. For those who just saw me do some old history data, I don't want to do that for just any rando who hops in and asks for that, because some of y'all's data shouldn't be touched. Just saying. So I do need to see you in the chat, communicating, need to get to know your energy before I will do past life readings. That could be dangerous for me. Okay? And not dangerous like I'll walk into traffic or anything. It's me carrying old data that might make me go to the grocery store and rip someone's fucking head off. It can happen. Do I do personal reads? Yeah, I like the yes or no questions. But I do personal reads. It doesn't really go quite like you would want it to. So if you hop in and you say, what does Denzel Washington think about me at this time? I'm not going to read that. I'm going to say, okay, let's take the cards and find out what your fucking problem is. So my readings might be a little redirect of what you want. All right? So you guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And share. I'll come back a little bit later because 5's energy makes me feel some kind of way. I'm going to go riding a horse or go kicking someone's ass. Or maybe just go walk up and headbutt somebody. 6, go figure out how to kick some ass. Right? 5, 2021, you go kick some ass. All right, you guys. I will see you guys a little bit later. Thank you for hanging out with me for so long. Bye.